Hello and welcome to NewFilmmakers Los Angeles in partnership with Movie Maker magazine. My name is Danny DeLillo and we're here at the South Park Center. I'm here with Quint with his movie, Manifestation. Let's take a look at a clip. Quint, thanks so much for being here today.
Thank you.
And congratulations on your film.
Thank you so much.
We all loved it last night, but for those that haven't seen it, tell us the brief synopsis.
Yeah, so Manifestation essentially follows an enslaved witch of the South in 1850s Georgia. She has the ability to heal people, and it essentially follows the story of her healing her son and bringing him back to life after he loses life to the master of their plantation.
It was so powerful to watch. It really was incredible. You had like incredible set, wondrous actors, and the story was so moving. And I'm always fascinated when you can feel so much in a short film, which you certainly created for us. Where did the inspiration come for you in creating this particular project?
For me, I feel like a lot of the inspiration just came from a lot of tropes and things that I just regularly enjoy. I'm a big horror movie fan, so I definitely knew I wanted to do something with a little bit of supernatural element to it. But I also realized that for me, the kind of stereotypical things that are in horror films I don't really find scary, but more of the sense of just the experiences of people like me in our country's history here in the US. And slavery to me is probably one of the scariest ideas of something that could happen.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to take that and kind of spin the idea on its head of adding in these supernatural and horror tropes to it while still having a little bit of heart and reality set into it.
I mean, it was horror, really, what happened in those times. And what I love, though, is that there was so much in your film. That the location was amazing. You had a wonderful cast. I felt like you really thought of every detail. I thought you'd be here and you'd be like 65, and I'm like, oh no, it's his first film. It's amazing. So for you, this is your New Filmmakers screened your first ever film. It was the first time your film has been at a film festival, so I'm so glad it was with us, and we're very happy to join this journey. Going in as a filmmaker and doing this and making this happen, like how do you even begin? Like how was the casting process for you, firstly?
For the casting process, where we kind of filmed in Savannah, it has this kind of area about itself where it's kind of like the Hollywood of the South in a way. So you know all the people here who shoot things, who are DPs, who are editors, who are actors. So there is always like that core group of actors who are there in the city. And you kind of like, when you decide you want to do a project, you're like, oh, I kind of envision this actor, this actress portraying it. So for some of my cast, like I just had them envisioned for certain roles, and it was as simple as having a conversation and making sure that they understood where the character was and what I wanted to do with the story, and that they could translate that well. Casting process was actually probably the most easiest part of it all.
Wow.
Yeah,
Great.
It just all fell in, and like the cast is wonderful. Like we all got along very well. It was just a great experience working with them.
And of course, there's no dialogue from the actors, so to speak, in this. So how do you, as a director, how do you sort of is it kind of you very hands-on as a directing with your actors in terms of what they should be feeling during certain times? So how does that work for you?
Yeah, definitely. That was actually probably like the most fearful thing for me, is talking to the actors, because I've never worked with actors in such a close proximity. So for me to portray that and not having dialogue but still wanting to get those feelings across, it was just a lot of conversation between them. We kind of just like buckled down and got honest with each other if there was ever an experience that they felt like they were being oppressed, or they felt like they were feeling kind of, in a way, having some type of other power overpowering them. Because I feel like each of the characters have something that kind of takes over them a little bit. So it was just like a lot of talking with each other, like trying to just be personal on a real level with each other about their own feelings and emotions, and using those in their performance.
Yeah, it's just a wonderful cast. Now your location was just like incredible. How did you get that? That was like an incredible location.
Yeah, well, that location honestly is a blessing in itself. So it's in Richmond Hill, which is a little bit outside of Savannah, Georgia. And I was just going through the film commission page looking for plantations here in the South, or there in the South. Finding that place, I just kind of contacted the location manager, just told him what my vision was. And weirdly enough, they actually do film on that plantation a lot, so he had all the right questions right afterwards. Come to find out, we were actually the first student film set to film on there. Other things that have filmed there are Birth of a Nation, Glory, Underground. So we were like the first students to actually come in and do a production there. And actually the slave quarters that you see in the house were actually built by the Birth of a Nation PD's team, and they just left them there and we were allowed to film on them.
Oh wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, like that location.
That was like,
helped
wow,
a lot.
that's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, like half a PD knocked out right there with that.
Yeah.
So it was absolutely amazing. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's always incredible making, you know, your film, your first film, and putting it out there. What was some of the biggest challenges that you faced? Was there a big challenge that you faced in making this particular project?
I would say we had like maybe like a few like production challenges. Like there was one day with like just footage and memory card issues, but no set's ever gonna run perfectly. Of course, stuff's gonna come up. Biggest challenges for me were just kind of like self-doubt in a lot of ways, because I was surrounded by a team who, they were very positive about the project, they were very excited about it, and they cared about it just as much as I did. But having that pressure of realizing that if there is something wrong with it or people don't like it, it's all gonna fall on the director. It doesn't matter what anyone else is gonna say. They're gonna be like, oh, the director, he made the final decision, so it's bad because of him. So it was just a lot of making sure that I was communicating with my team constantly about my vision, and that they understood and that I understood, so we could all be secure and safe, that knowing that we were making the right decision and making the right project.
I think you make us feel very safe. I can only imagine people felt very safe working with you. So, you know, I think it's a credit to them to work, you know, to work with you. Now, obviously, this is such a wondrous thing when you made your film. You know, you're watching it on laptops and edits and doing that stuff, and then at New Filmmakers, you saw it in front of an audience on the big screen. What was that feeling like for the first time to ever see your film out there on the big screen at a film festival? Yeah,
it was definitely nerve-wracking. This is the first time really people seeing it who have no idea who I am, so they're coming in with fresh eyes and an opinion that's not biased at all. So the biggest thing is that I hope people understand it, I hope people like it. So it was just a lot of thoughts and fears and nerves pretty much taking over. But all got released when it was over, so.
Oh, I mean, it was fantastic. And what, do you ever have any inspirations that you look up to, sort of like growing up, or people you aspire to, like professionally, or is there anyone you kind of look up to?
Professional-wise, I'm definitely kind of watching some people now. They're definitely Jordan Peele, big influence. Barry Jenkins, another big influence. So watching a lot of people who look like me, walk like me, talk like me, and are able to make these projects in that same realm of taking things in society and kind of like flipping them in a way, but still feeling relatable to a general audience. Yeah. So yeah, definitely those have been some big influences on me.
And what's next for you?
Right now, I'm actually trying to change manifestation into a feature. So trying to adapt that as of now. And right now, also just working at a film production company in Santa Monica.
Fantastic. I mean, you literally just got off the, well, we sent England off the boat, but you traveled all the way from Georgia, moved here, already in film festivals. It's such a great start to your career, you know, here in Los Angeles. And, you know, we're looking forward to seeing much more of your work, obviously. I think for any filmmaker out there that wants to follow in your footsteps and making that first film, is there a piece of advice you've been given, or maybe something that you have to any filmmaker that, you know, want to follow you and become a filmmaker one day?
Advice given to me, I would definitely say, just like be persistent. Like if this is what you really want to do, it's not going to come easy to you. You got to keep working at it. And one thing that I've just noticed myself throughout the journey is that you just got to learn how to be personal. Like I get that there will be people out there who are kind of more centered on themselves and want to get things done like at a certain way at a certain time. But if you learn how to just be human with someone else and just connect with someone, it could take you a lot further.
Oh, I love that. That's really, Quint, that's amazing. Well, listen, we are going to see much more of your work. So thank you for sharing your film with us.
Thank you.
And congratulations and looking forward to seeing much more of your future work. So thank you.
Thank you.
Quint, everybody.